Landon, are you at the bus station now?
Yeah, I just got on the bus. I'm sorry, Mom. Getting called into work in the middle of our vacation really sucks.
Oh, it's okay. I know you have to do that sometimes for your job.
Yeah, but I was really hoping I'd have more time to relax on our trip.
I know you work hard at your job. That company should be happy to have an employee as good as you. You make me really proud.
Thanks. Aside from that, I want to mention something about you and Gloria. I want you to try to get to know her better, okay? I want you two to become friends.
We are friends.
But Mom, you hardly ever talk to her. I really want you two to get along.
Yeah, but Landon, I've been working really hard ever since I was young. You know that, right? So, I really have nothing in common with an unemployed woman who doesn't contribute to society. And she always needs help with mundane things. I just can't accept that.
Mom, how dare you say that? Gloria is blind. That's why she needs help sometimes. It's not her fault. And she does work. So why aren't you satisfied?
It's hard to put into words. I like women who are a little more independent and a little stronger. That girl cries at the slightest thing. I can't like somebody like that.
Oh, come on. She's only cried twice, and both times were your fault. You told her that the dinner she cooked for you was flavorless, and you threw it out right in front of her. And the room that she had just cleaned. You smashed a bottle of booze and forced her to clean it up. We've already had a fight about this, and yet you're going to keep pressing the subject? How many times are you going to do this?
But the dinner tasted really bad. I had no choice but to tell her, right? And I didn't break that bottle of alcohol on purpose. I told you. It was a complete accident that my foot hit it and knocked it onto the floor.
Gloria was thinking about your health. That's why she didn't use a lot of spices when she made dinner for you. And you knocked over all the booze because you were angry, I remember.
I was angry? What are you talking about?
When you got swindled last month, you got scammed by that guy for 60 grand. After I had worked so hard to save up all that money for you. You said you wanted to move into that retirement village. We had to save up all that money to help you.
Oh, you're talking about that again. I told you to just forget about that. We aren't supposed to bring it up again. Anyway, that was Gloria's fault. She was there. She didn't stop me from giving that guy all that money. You said you'd give me $60K. I thought that was for the down payment. I thought we were buying the house.
No, we weren't buying it. That's not even possible. And that guy who approached you about it wasn't even from any real estate agency. I told you not to do anything until we looked into it further. Gloria told me she tried to stop you from giving that guy the money, but you wouldn't listen to her. You said because she's blind, she couldn't read the contract, so she couldn't prove the guy was fake. Then you just give this guy all your bank information, and we don't even know who he is.
Oh, Gloria's lying to you again. All she does is lie. She never tried to stop me. As I recall, she encouraged me to do it. I'm starting to not be able to stand her anymore.
Oh, whatever. Let's just forget about the money for now. It's already gone. Anyway, our trip is supposed to be over tomorrow. Can you at least try to make up with Gloria this evening? I don't want any animosity between anyone in our family anymore. Okay, Mom?
Okay, fine, if that's what you want. I'll try to talk to her tonight.
I'll be really happy if you two can become friends. Thanks. Anyway, I'll message you again when I get finished with work. Mom, I just got a call from Gloria. I heard there was some trouble at the hotel. Hey, Mom.
No, there was no trouble. I wouldn't put it like that. Wow, Gloria tells you even the slightest things, doesn't she? I told you that a woman who can't handle even the slightest thing herself isn't fit for you, didn't I?
That's not the problem here now, is it? This is about an old man with a cane who can barely walk. I heard you pushed him over.
Well, I had a good reason for doing that. Listen to my side of the story before jumping to conclusions.
It doesn't matter what the reason was. You should never push an old man that can barely stand up by himself. Please, you've got to be nicer to people.
I said listen to my side of the story. About that guy. He had sent his wife to go get dinner for him.
Huh? So what?
The hotel restaurant is all you can eat. You have to go up and get your own food. I don't care how bad his legs are. If he wants something to eat, he should darn well get it himself, right? How dare he make his wife get it for him? How rude. All I did was tell him that. And then he got a little snippy with me and, well, you know what happened next. It's all his fault. If he can't walk well by himself, he shouldn't be taking trips. He should stay home.
Mom, you need to calm down. You've got to go and apologize to that man and his wife, please.
But you know I'm right. A person who needs nursing care all the time is just causing trouble for other people. If you can't take care of yourself, maybe you shouldn't be doing extravagant things like taking trips. It's selfish. If you're going on a trip, you should be able to enjoy yourself, right? But he was making his wife do everything for him. She couldn't be enjoying that.
But that's not your decision to make. Maybe she loves him and wants to do things for him. Those people were probably enjoying their vacation the whole time until you did this to them. You're complaining about him causing problems for his wife? But you butting in caused problems for the both of them, didn't it? Just because you don't like something doesn't mean it's your right to butt in. You pushed over an old man.
I wasn't looking for a fight. That couple was sitting really close and just happened to be in my field of view. I saw it, and it was making me angry. He was making his wife do everything for him. Oh, I get it now. That's probably why I don't like Gloria. You have to help her with everything. If that's the way it's going to be, I'll probably never be able to get along with her. It'll just be impossible for me. People like that, they look like humans, but they're really not, because they can't do anything themselves.
Oh my God, Mom, just go find that couple and apologize to them right now.
I can't go now. Anyway, it's too late.
It's fine, just go. I understand what you're saying about the time, but please, just go and apologize to them. I'm begging you.
Sometimes you could be so annoying. Okay. You're saying if I apologize, everything will be fine, right? If I apologize. Oh, and while I've got you, I wanted to ask you, the hotel's already paid for, right? All I have to do is give back the key tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah, that's right. Just be careful from now on, please. I'm gonna call the hotel and apologize on your behalf for the scene you caused at the restaurant. After you go and apologize to the couple directly, try to get some rest tonight.
Landon, I just got on the bus. I'm on my way home now.
Okay. Gloria's with you, right?
Oh, about that.
Huh?
I went to her room this morning and knocked a bunch of times, but she never answered. And you know I had to get on the bus at a certain time. And if she came with me, she'd have to hold my hand as I guide her around. It would be really embarrassing for me to be seen with her. Everyone would be looking at us. And I know it would make me really uncomfortable. So I left her at the hotel.
Oh, wow. So you threw away your last chance, didn't you? That was probably your last chance to live in a mansion like a movie star.
Huh?
I'm gonna come clean and tell you the truth. I'm still at the hotel right now. I'm here with Gloria. And that old man that you pushed over last night.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I was at the hotel the whole time. I lied when I told you I got called into work. I wanted Gloria and you to have an honest chat together without me around. So I told you I left and went to work.
Hold on. So you're in the hotel right now? With that old man? The one from last night?
Yeah, that old couple you had a fight with last night, they're Gloria's parents.
What?
I know we didn't have a traditional wedding ceremony, so you were never formally introduced to them. But I think you would have seen them in pictures before.
You're lying again. Why would Gloria's parents be at the same hotel as us? Oh, that would be a pretty big coincidence, don't you think? Don't try to scare me like that, okay?
It wasn't a coincidence. Gloria invited them. They wanted to meet you and find out what kind of person you were. They had a proposal for you.
A proposal?
About one of their summer homes. The apartment building we're all living in now, it's really old. There's no elevator and it's pretty cramped, right? They were thinking about giving one of their summer homes to us, so that you, me, and Gloria could all live together in a big house. I mentioned that to you, didn't I?
Huh? Hold on. A summer home?
Yeah, I just found out recently myself. Gloria's parents are pretty darn wealthy. They own quite a few summer homes. Too many to even use each year. Gloria has never relied on her parents' money, so that's why she had never brought it up to me before. But she heard about how you got scammed out of all that money, so she felt really bad for you. She talked to her parents to see if they'd be willing to help you out.
You've got to be kidding. Gloria's parents are rich? What?
It's true. And even though you've been treating Gloria like crap this whole time, she was still willing to forgive you. And even after that incident with you last night, her parents were still considering helping you out. They said if you were willing to help Gloria get back home today, they'd let you live in one of their summer homes.
I just got off the bus. I'm gonna try to get a bus back to the hotel as fast as I can. I'll apologize to them right away. Make sure they wait for me to get back there.
It's already too late. All of us are at the airport now. Gloria's father said he's paying to have us all fly back home.
You're flying home? Why are you flying? We planned on taking a bus the whole way back and seeing a bunch of the country.
Yeah, but Gloria's dad offered to fly us first class. We'll be back in no time. Plus, I've never flown first class before. And he said he's still giving Gloria and I one of his summer homes to live in, as long as we promise not to let you live with us.
What? No! You can't do that to me! Are you just gonna turn your back on your mother?
What are you talking about, turning my back on you? You were the one who turned your back on my wife. As far as you knew, you left her at the hotel all by herself.
No, I didn't. I knocked on her door this morning, but she didn't answer, so what was I supposed to do?
We were in the room beside you. We were awake long before you were. I heard you leave. I know exactly what time you left, and you never once knocked on our door.
Yes, I did, but it was probably too quiet for you to hear. Don't blame me. I'm just an old lady. I'm not very strong. I can't knock very hard.
Now you're pretending to be a weak old woman? You were strong enough to push a man over last night. Up until today, Gloria and I were willing to put up with your nonsense. But not anymore. If this is how you treat my wife, you're not my mother anymore.
Landon, please! Don't say that! I just had a few too many drinks last night, you know?
It wasn't just last night. You're always looking down on people weaker than you. Gloria is blind, yet she's never relied on her parents for anything. She works hard and makes her own money. She's been supporting herself long before she met me. And her father's leg isn't good anymore, so his wife helps him out of pure kindness, not because he makes her do it. That's what really shows how great a person is. Kindness.
Well, if you want to talk about how great someone is, you should look at me. I've been working hard at contributing to society my whole life. And on top of that, I raised you to be a wonderful person as well, right? So tell Gloria and her parents how great a person I really am so they'll let me live in their summer home with you. It would be rude for the two of you to live in a beautiful house without me.
It's rude for the two of us to live in a nice house? What part of that is rude?
It's not fair.
What? You said it yourself, didn't you? If you can't take care of yourself, you shouldn't be doing extravagant things. It's selfish.
No, it's okay. I can take care of myself.
Oh, well, that's good then. If you can take care of yourself, you don't need to live with us.
Huh? No. Families should live together.
Yeah, but if you're in my field of view, I think it'll just make me angry. It'll just be impossible for me.
Landon, how could you say something like that to your own mother?
You always say the same thing when you're angry. How could you do such and such to your own mother? If it's someone else, it's okay. Whatever. It doesn't matter now anyway. Because as far as I'm concerned, you are not my mother anymore. I've been living with you up till now, but by the time you get home, Gloria and I will already be moved out.
You can't do that to me. I won't let you leave me by myself.
You've already gotten off your bus, haven't you? Even if you hadn't, I doubt you'd return home in time to stop us. It's gonna feel so good to go flying over your head in first class.
Landon, answer your phone.
I never thought the time would come when I'd be able to say this to my own mother. But to be a person like you, and look down on and hate anyone who isn't as independent or lucky as yourself. I don't know if that's stupid or ignorant or just plain malicious. but it's certainly embarrassing to be associated with anyone like that. After we arrived at the airport in our state, my father-in-law immediately called a moving company to come to my mother's apartment. He paid them extra for the short notice. They packed up all of our things and got everything into the truck in excellent time. From what I hear, only a short while after we drove off with all of our belongings, my mom arrived back at the apartment. But when she opened the door, all of our stuff was gone. There was no trace that Gloria and I had ever lived there. We got really lucky on that one. I would have hated to deal with her there. She must have been furious. I hear she tried her best to find out where we had moved to, but we didn't give her any clues, and all the people we did tell promised to keep it a secret. She kept trying to call my phone and message me nearly every day for a while after that. It wasn't long before I just blocked her number. I'm still considering whether I'll start talking to her again or not. When she gets older, if she has any health problems and still keeps the same attitude as she has now, I'll definitely never speak to her again. And by the way, this summer home that we got for my father-in-law, it's not a house, it's a mansion. This thing is huge. And if that wasn't enough to make us happy, I just heard from Gloria that she's pregnant. The good news keeps coming in. When the baby is born, the three of us are gonna have a wonderful life, living together in this beautiful house.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button. See you next time. Is this Alicia? Who the heck do you think you are? I'm not going to let you get away with this. Pardon me? I'm sorry, but who are you? Brianna Moore. You're seeing Jonathan Moore, right? I'm his wife. Pardon me? Jonathan's wife? That's right. You're sleeping with my husband. That's adultery. You know what that means, right? Adultery? This is all a little sudden, isn't it? Jonathan is my husband. You're trying to steal a married man. Don't play dumb with me. I'm not trying to play dumb with you, but to accuse me of something like this so suddenly, I really don't understand. You must be pretty stupid then. Let me explain things to you one more time. You're dating Jonathan. I'm his wife. He's my husband. If you don't believe me, why don't you just ask Jonathan? Jonathan was quite surprised when I told him I knew too, but he came clean once I told him I knew. There was no denying it. I see. In fact, Jonathan just messaged me about this right now too. Of course. He told you his wife found out, didn't he? Yeah, that's what he said. So, you know what you've done, right? Well, that's what he said, but... Sleeping with another woman's husband? You're trying to take my man, so I'm going to get even with you. Get even with me? Before doing anything like that, I think you should know that I wasn't even seeing your husband like that. What? Don't give me that. Do you mean you've stopped sleeping with him? Surely you could come up with a better lie than that. We just started contacting each other recently. We've met up a number of times, but it was only as friends. I wouldn't say we were even dating. The agreement was to meet as friends first. Maybe he thought it was more than that, but... You've been contacting him through text messages, right? I've read through your whole chat history. It's pretty obvious to me that you two were cheating. I've read the proof. Don't try to deny it. Maybe he calls it seeing each other, but only in the literal sense of the word. Like I said, we've met up, but it was only to go out for a drink or to watch a movie. And I had no idea that he had a wife. I'm not interested in whether you thought he had a wife or not. You're lucky I haven't called my lawyer yet. You'd better be willing to pay me, though, or else I will take you to court. You know I could sue you for compensation money because of this. What? Sue me for compensation money? Of course. You slept with my husband. I can sue you for that. That's the risk you take when you knowingly sleep with someone who's married. You knew that, didn't you? You keep saying sleeping with, though. I told you I wasn't even dating him. And the fact that he was married, I had no idea. You can't prove that. And all those lovey-dovey messages you two were sending each other? It's obvious what you were doing. Lovey-dovey messages. That never happened. And besides, I met your husband from a dating app. It wasn't an app for meeting up or one-night stands either. It was on an app for people looking for marriage partners. So if a married man signs up for an app looking for people who want to get married, why would anyone assume they're already married? I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't care about any of that anyway. You'd better pay me my money. After all, you slept with my husband. It's only obvious you'd have to pay compensation money if you did something like that. It affects more than just you. Think about how I feel about this. Regardless of that, your husband joined a dating app out of his own free will. He wrote that he was single and looking for a wife. That's the only reason I started contacting him in the first place. Anything that happens after that, I can't be held accountable for his actions. Stop trying to make excuses. I don't care what you say. Jonathan is a married man, and you started seeing him. You can't talk your way out of this. Jonathan has already confessed to it. You'll just have to accept it. He confessed to what? Meeting me and having a drink? Meeting me and watching a movie? That's all we've ever done. Did Jonathan say any more than that? Yes, he did. He said he cheated on me with you. He's admitted to it. So I'm gonna make you pay me compensation money. What you're saying is absurd. If you're not going to pay me now, then I'll just sue you and get the money from you in court. You're going to sue me. That's right. You're saying you're not going to pay me. That means you're trying to run from this. So I'll just take you to court instead. Just calm down a bit. I didn't sleep with Jonathan. And I didn't know he was married anyway. I've explained this, haven't I? Shut up. If you don't want me to sue you for this, you'd better just pay me directly. Are you threatening me? What? Threatening? Yeah, you're threatening me. You're trying to scare me into giving you money, aren't you? Threatening is a bit of an exaggeration. I have every right to get compensation money from you. I'm just requesting it from you, and I'm answering all of your questions about this. If you're saying that Jonathan is having an affair with me, when I know we've never done anything, what are you basing this on? It's obvious from your chat history. Give me an example of what I said that shows I'm sleeping with him. You were asking him things like what day and time you two should meet up. Things like that. Oh, so basic things that any two people would commonly ask each other. Shut up. Are you saying you're not going to pay me compensation money? You're saying you want me to take you to court. You want to pay all the lawyer fees on top of the compensation money. I'm serious about this. What do you mean you're serious about it? I'm not going to let a woman get away with this. Not for trying to steal my husband. I'll never forgive you. Not till I get what you owe me. Pay me. If you don't, I'll even call your company and tell everyone you work with what kind of person you are. So basically, you're threatening me, aren't you? Just shut up and pay me. Do you want to be sued? If you want to sue me, go ahead and sue me. Huh? So you're gonna be like this, huh? I know you work for a good company. Jonathan told me. So you want to get fired over all this? If you just pay me the compensation money, we could settle this out of court, and I wouldn't have to make trouble for you at your office. Well, if you're trying to do this, doesn't that mean Jonathan would get fired too? What? Jonathan get fired? What are you talking about? Well, if you think I can get fired for it, why wouldn't he? I know what you're doing here. You and Jonathan. You're both just trying to get money from me, aren't you? What do you mean? You told your husband to register for the dating app. I bet you told him if he finds a good woman with money, that he should try to have an affair with her. And you'd try to get compensation money from her for doing it. That's what's going on here, isn't it? That's not it at all. Jonathan went and had an affair on his own. I had nothing to do with it. And I'm not forgiving him either. And I'm definitely not forgiving you. I see what's going on. Okay, those messages you sent to me, the ones where you were threatening me to get me to pay you, I'm gonna go show them to the police and see what they have to say about it. What? The cops? Why? I told you we could settle this out of court.
The fact that you're so eager to settle this out of court, it seems a bit too fishy for me. You guys are running a con here, aren't you? You're trying to get money. Your whole aim is to get compensation money from people. You're using the dating app to find potential victims, aren't you?
We wouldn't do anything like that. Look, I don't know what you're talking about, so let's just get this matter settled outside of court. We can do this in cash, so let's start discussing an appropriate amount. You know you're in the wrong here, so just accept it and give in.
I'm not giving in. I didn't sleep with your husband. That wasn't the reason I met with him in the first place. We've never gone that far. And yet you try to threaten me by telling me I did something that I know I didn't do? You guys are scaring me now with taking things this far. So I'm going to the police and filing a report.
What? You're reporting me? Stop messing around. Filing a report is only going to be bad for you, isn't it? And I'm sure it's going to get you fired, too.
What? My company won't fire me for something like this. Besides, none of this is my fault anyway. I've done nothing wrong.
How can you be so sure of that?
That's a stupid question. I know if I've slept with someone or not. That's how I'm so sure of it. I know you're just trying to scam me.
What? This isn't a scam.
I thought everything was a little bit suspicious. Jonathan seemed a bit too pushy with everything. Luckily, I kept refusing to go any further than I did. Oh, and he kept wanting to take pictures of us together, too. Everywhere we went, he wanted to take pictures of it. And he tried to make sure I was in all of his selfies. If you read our messages, you'll see. He tried to make everything sound really intimate, no matter how small it was. And clearly, you could see my messages didn't have that tone at all. Not to mention how often he messaged me for no reason whatsoever. Now that I think about it, it's obvious he was trying to make it look like we were more than we really were. I guess he was desperate to make it look like that.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now. Stop acting like this. Do you have any idea how I feel being cheated on?
Honestly, I don't, but either way, I wasn't sleeping with your husband. So you've got nothing to worry about.
Shut up. Just pay me my money. If you just pay me the money, we can end this all right here. I'll send Jonathan over to pick up the money from you tomorrow. Just pay me $1,000. That's pretty darn cheap for compensation money, don't you think?
I wouldn't know about that, but I plan on going to the police about this anyway. If you keep messaging me trying to get me to pay, you'll just be wasting your time. I'm not doing anything until the police have looked into this.
Why are you going to the police? I have every right to get compensation money from you. I'm only requesting that you pay me what I deserve.
What right are you talking about?
It's my right, because you slept with my husband. I can sue you for that. I'm supposed to get money. I'm not doing anything wrong. You're supposed to pay me. I'm not threatening you. If I don't ask you to pay me the money, how else am I supposed to get you to pay it?
Well, maybe if you had some proof? You could prove it to a lawyer or judge and get the money the legal way. But you're telling me that I slept with Jonathan when I know I didn't? And like I said, even if I had no idea he was married. So you wouldn't be awarded any money. I met him on a dating app for people looking for marriage partners, and he told me he wasn't married. So even if I had slept with him, you'd lose in court. And on top of that, I can prove everything I've said. You can't prove any of your outrageous claims. So I have no obligation to pay anyone any compensation money.
What? Is that how it works?
Yes. But I'm still gonna report this to the police, because I'm pretty sure you're trying to pull a scam right now. So you'd better get ready for a police investigation.
Wait, just hold on. I get it. I guess you legally don't have to pay me? I didn't know that. I misunderstood the law.
Huh?
It seems Jonathan feels really bad about what happened here, too. I guess I can forgive you this time. You didn't know he was married. I won't make you pay me anything.
No, it's no problem. You don't have to apologize to me. You can explain everything to the police.
What are you talking about? I told you I'm going to let this go. You don't have to pay me. I'm admitting I was wrong. Let's just be adults about this and let it go. It was just a big misunderstanding.
This whole conversation is going to be proof of your threats and scheme to get money from me. So I'm just going to take it to the police and let them decide what they want to do.
Please, don't do that. I told you the issue is resolved. You don't need to do anything rash.
I understand. I was wrong. You don't have to pay me. Let's just end it here.
Huh? I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. You were obviously trying to pull a scam. I'm gonna report it to the police. It's the right thing to do.
Why do you have to take it that far? I told you I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
Well, you've already taken it this far with me. So there's a good chance you've done this before. You've probably threatened, scammed, and stole from other people in the past.
I've never done anything like that.
Please tell Jonathan not to use dating apps as ways to try to scam or hurt innocent people.
Please, just wait. I'll tell Jonathan that. None of that has anything to do with me, though. It was all him.
You've already told me your full name, and I have your contact info now that you've messaged me. So I'll be sure to give all of that to the police as well. And Jonathan's picture was clear on his profile, and I've already taken a screenshot of it. And where he states on his profile that he's unmarried and looking for a marriage partner. So the police should have no problem finding the correct guy and verifying your scam.
I'm sorry for what we did. We'll never do anything like this again. So please don't go to the police. I'm begging you. I never wanted to do anything bad.
You didn't want to do anything bad, yet you deliberately tried to scam someone? Oh, that's just scary.
I'm so sorry.
You can apologize all you want. At this point, I'm not going to let this go. You tried to scare someone into giving you money. So I'm afraid you're going to have to pay the consequences. You and your lovely husband. After that, Alicia went to the police and told them what happened. They advised her to file an official police report so they could investigate further and possibly charge the couple. After filing the report, the police started their investigation. They found out that Mr. and Mrs. Moore had done this same scam on a few other people. It turns out some of the people actually did end up paying them money. The police arrested Jonathan and Brianna Moore, and enough evidence was gathered to build a good case against the couple. After being taken to court for their crimes, the Moores were forced to pay back all the money they had taken from their other victims, as well as many additional fines for their actions. In the end, they ended up having to pay back a lot more money than they ever made from their scams. I guess it really shows that crime just doesn't pay. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please press the like button. See you next time.